こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。2026年のワールドカップももう準決勝まで来ていますが、準決勝の1戦目では、スペインがフランスを圧倒し、2対0で圧勝しました。CBS スポーツゴラゾのレビュー動画では、スペインの組織力と戦術面で完璧な試合を見せたと出演者たちは高く評価しています。オリヴィエ・ジルーは、フランスの選手たちは本来の実力を発揮できず、スペインが今大会最高のチームだったと認め、腹立たしさや悔しさと共に、残念だったと話しています。スタジオのパネリストたちは、フランスは個人頼みになりすぎ、チームとしての一体感で、スペインに大きく劣っていたと分析し、圧倒的な組織的なプレーで上回ったと話しています。実際に海外の人たちがこの試合をどのように見たのかチェックしてみましょ
う。When I watched that performance today, I saw a lot more individuals, people trying to look good on their own, and I saw a Spain team that played as a team. I know it's very difficult because you're obviously still playing, but when you're watching it, how does that performance come to light? We haven't seen that in all this tournament, and then in one big moment, I don't know, maybe the egos took over, maybe it's about looking good for themselves, I don't know, but I know it's difficult for you to answer, but if you could answer it to the best of your ability, I'd appreciate it.
No, let's be honest. I think we faced a team, the best team of the tournament. We never play that standard, you know, and our players have been fantastic so far, but today they did not play at their level, definitely. Plus the fact that Spain has been really strong, you know, one and the other, you lose the game and you have nothing to say. You have no, I mean, yeah, you could have regrets. You have to do, you have to be pissed off, if I can say.
Yes, you already said it, so don't worry.
Again?
You already said it. It's all good. Don't worry. You can say most things here.
Yeah, but yeah, our best players didn't play as usual. They, you know, everybody has seen it. We did not create enough chances like we've done previously in that tournament. Spain defense did really well. I have that in mind. That Cherki passed the ball to Mbappe and Cucurella did really well. One more time is not the best game of France. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, Spain did really well, and I think one more time this early goal was key for them and for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Olivier, I'm curious because so much talent. When one guy doesn't step up, you expect somebody else. But you've got 2 or 3, maybe 4 guys. Somebody should have stepped up. But I also felt that there was no one in the box. We were talking about it with Troyer. There was no one in the box. So if you're going to cross the ball, and they almost need a big target player like you used to be, sitting in the box, waiting in that. But I felt like they were missing that body inside the box, waiting for that cross.
When the opponent is leading, obviously you want to be dangerous in the box, bring numbers in the box. You need that presence in the final area, but you know you cannot subs Olise, Mbappe, Dembele. You have to make some choices. You know that's why it's also hard to be a manager with so many good players. But at the end of the day, yeah, Spain, I think tactically they played the perfect game, and they knew that by being compact and not letting France playing through the lines and combine edge of the box, we would struggle to maybe find some crosses to get that target man on that Mateta, for example, who could head the ball or bring more presence in the box. But no, at the end of the day, if I was Deschamps, you know, I think I would have done the same sub. So it's down to the players, as you said. You expect players to do more, to step up if one of them is not in his best day. That was not the fact. And I remember 2022 against Argentina. Something happened in the last 15 minutes, but it was a miracle. So, you cannot do it every single time. And I think at the end of the day, you have to respect what Spain did and say that they were better than France tonight.
Olivia, how will Didier Deschamps be remembered, and what will be the fallout from this, just from the media in France now? How will this be perceived? A big chance missed?
No, his records are unbelievable. He's played 2 World Cup finals, another semi-final. He always brings the team really far. The expectations, one more time, are really high, and you expect them to win every single tournament you get involved in. But he's done a great job. At the end, the story of Deschamps in national team will be amazing, and everybody will, after tomorrow and the day after, when we will look back and think about what he achieved for the national team. Respect. One word is respect, and it's we all wanted him to finish in the best way, but you cannot choose the way you end the game. So how it is, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Very true, Olivier. Just to end on a positive as well, it's still a really exciting time, isn't it, for French football? Obviously, they've been really amazing this tournament, this match aside, and they've won back-to-back Champions Leagues, with PSG winning this past season and the season prior. You're with Lille, going to play in the Champions League this season. You excited for what's to come for French football?
Yes, definitely. PSG has been amazing these 2-3 past years. I hope they're gonna carry on like that, and hopefully, Lens and Lille and maybe Lyon, if they get through the playoffs stage, will do well in Champions League. I'm looking forward to see you again, guys. And one last year for me, and I hope it's always you always learn when you lose. I want to say it's basic, but I hope this team will come back stronger in the future. They have so many young, talented players, and the French football, is still providing so many talent players, and I'm not worried for French football, but obviously a bit sad tonight. So yeah.
Yeah. Well said. This one's going to sting, isn't it? But lots to look forward to with the new domestic season. Olivier, thanks so much. We'll
see you later, big man.
Best of luck.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Amazing, really, to hear the thoughts and behind the scenes of obviously somebody that's been in these moments, right, Grella? And obviously it's going to hurt because the expectation was so high for France, not only this season, but the way that the final played out with Argentina in the last World Cup final as well.
Yeah, for sure. And he's won the World Cup, so who better than him? And he's a great guy, obviously. But the story for me has got nothing to do with France. France will go in and look and say, we could do this better and that better. I think if they play this game today 10 times, I think they lose probably 10 times because they don't have the complexity, they don't have the details, they don't have the street smarts, they don't have the technical ability. It's crazy saying that, but it's true. When you go play against the Spanish side, it's the gold standard of football. It is, and that's what we saw today. We saw a team that's really, really good, playing with a ball, playing in spaces, doing so many different things. So for me, that's why I said at the end of the game, it's not France goes in and say, oh, this is embarrassing by our standards. I think they got put in a game that was impossible. Cucurella was a monster. What does he eat? But he doesn't grow tall, but he's so fast. Like to close down every ball and they're so sharp. It was just
to push back on
really
what
good.
you're saying, because ultimately it's going to be like bad France, good Spain, right? But when we talk about someone like Dembele, who's the current Ballon d'Or holder, in a game of this magnitude, went missing. Mbappe went missing. Olise went missing. How do we look at this French team? Even actually Barcola and Doué, when they came, their front four or five, including the subs, all went missing. So how do we? It can't just be that Spain were that good that these players didn't turn up. So what are we going to put that down to? Otherwise, we're just going to talk for the next hour about Spain were great because they kept the ball, and France were poor, they didn't show up. But why didn't they show up? So to me, it looked like very much like if Plan A doesn't work, do Plan A again. Like, just give it to Mbappe, hope he does something. Give it to Dembele, hope he does something. And we haven't seen that all tournament.
We haven't. I think that Grella's right in the point there where I don't think there was a clear Plan A. I think that they literally didn't look like they had a real system in place or style of how they were going to press this Spain side. Spain's movement and the triangles that they were playing was great. If I'll kind of push back on what Grella says as well, he's right. Spain were great. France were awful. But for me, it's not that we can give Spain all the full credit, because it's not just that France were awful in certain bit. Like, we're talking about the four players we've given so much flowers and praise to. They all didn't turn up. And when you lose to a game like that, and we can't say one positive about the French national team, that's what makes it a bit more harder to kind of really analyse, because obviously we talk about how good Spain were.
Yeah, but surely that's the difference, though, Grell, because you're saying if they played this match 10 more times, it'd be the same result. But if the stars didn't show up today, are you saying that in the next 10 matches the stars also wouldn't show up?
I think that with Spain, the pressure they put them under and the way they control the game and technically, tactically, they put them like out of their rhythm. It would be always the same.
I'm not disputing. I don't disagree with that. I just think that the biggest thing for me is we're saying the whole French team did not turn up today. The whole team. The biggest game.
Think about how random that is. You think that's coincidence?
But the biggest game, the biggest test, they all did not turn up today. I think that's the thing that I think it's kind of hard to still analyse. It's not one or two players. We can't say, oh, a few players played well and maybe Dembele didn't turn up or Elise didn't turn up, but everyone else was good and gave a game.
Individual, collective. The collective will always win because it's a group. When we watch France, it's always an individual. We're waiting for Mbappe to do something individual. We're waiting for Elise to do something. So I agree. It's a collective, I think, that won today and controlled it because they stopped each individual. They never let, listen, how many times did they press Mbappe and not let him face? Elise was dropping back into the midfield to try to find the ball. So for me, the collective is what won today.
And even Troy made a point as well, and he's so right. The duels, the one-on-one duels, watching that game, the way that the Spanish players dedicated to winning those headers, winning those second balls, they were way more sharper than France across the entire pitch. And that's the collective of trying to win those tackles, win those second balls. Go on, you're blowing your face. What do you want to say?
No, you just got told to go to a break, so I was going to speak and I just held it all in. So, sorry. You know, I was just going to say, like, the Spain element of it, yes, been on the ball, fantastic. Tactically knew they backed off as well. Said to France, go on then, try and break us down. And then other times jumped and pressed. But the other part of winning the battles, because that doesn't get spoken about enough. They've let in one goal this season, and this tournament, sorry. And I've been one saying, well, we haven't really seen them tested. You're not going to, because they just keep the ball. And then as soon as they lose it, every single person goes, ball, go after it, go after it, go after it. And that just makes everyone, even some of the best individual players in the world, just panic, speed up, and the amount of turnovers from France with no real pressure on the ball, just that fear of, oh, they must be coming. It was frightening.
次は解説です。今回もあまり難しいボキャブラリーはありませんでしたし、過去に解説したものも多いですが、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょ
う。How does that performance come to light?
コミとライトは隠れていた事実が明らかになる、新しい情報が発覚するという意味です。それまで知られていなかったことが調査や報道などによって表に出る場合に使われます。特にエビデンス、インフォメーション、ディテールズ、トゥースなどの言葉と一緒によく使われます。ただし、この動画の文脈では明るみに出るという意味は少し不自然です。ここでは、あのようなパフォーマンスがなぜ起きたのか、どのような経緯でそうなったのかを尋ねています。 そのため、コミとライトよりも単純にハップンやカムアバウトを使う方が自然です。
How does that performance come to light? How does that performance come to light? Remember, what will be the fallout from this?
フォールアウトは、余波、悪影響、その後に生じる反響という意味の名詞です。何か大きな出来事が起きた後に、その影響がしばらく続く場合に使われます。政治的な不祥事や企業の問題、戦争、事故、スポーツでの重大な敗戦などと一緒によく使われます。もともとは核爆発の後に降ってくる放射性硬化物を意味する言葉でしたが、そこから比喩的に、ある出来事の後に降りかかる悪い影響を表すようになりました。ニュースやスポーツ報道では非常によく使われるため、覚えておくと役立つ表現です。
Remember, what will be the fallout from this? Remember, what will be the fallout from this?
They don't have the street smarts.
ストリートマーツは世渡りの知恵、実践的な判断力、したたかさという意味です。学校や本から学んだ知識ではなく、現実の経験を通して身につけた賢さを表します。日常生活では、危険を察知する力や人の本音を見抜く力、難しい状況をうまく切り抜ける能力などを指します。スポーツでは、試合運びのうまさや時間の使い方、相手との駆け引き、勝負どころでの判断力を意味します。反対の考え方としてブックスマーツがあり、こちらは学校の勉強や専門知識の面で賢いことを表します。サッカーでは勝負感、試合巧者ぶり、訳すと自然なことが多い表現です。
They don't have the street smarts. They don't have the street smarts.
So what are we going to put that down to?
put something down to は、ある結果や出来事の原因を何かに求めるという意味です。形は put down to B で、A は B が原因だと考えるという構造になります。スポーツでは、敗戦、不調、失点、勝利などの理由を説明するときによく使われます。blame と似ていますが、put down to の方が少し冷静で分析的な響きがあります。また、悪い結果だけでなく、成功や勝利の理由を説明するときにも使うことができます。イギリス英語のインタビューやスポーツ解説では特によく聞かれる便利な表現です。
No. So what are we going to put that down to? No. So what are we going to put that down to?
They put them like out of their rhythm.
put someone out of their rhythm は相手のリズムを崩す。本来の調子でプレーさせないという意味です。リズムは音楽のリズムだけでなく、スポーツでのテンポやプレーの流れ、選手の調子も表します。相手から激しいプレッシャーを受けたり、試合のテンポを変えられたりすると、自分のリズムを失うことがあります。似た表現には disrupt someone's rhythm などがあります。反対に find your rhythm は自分のリズムをつかむ、調子が出てくるという意味です。スポーツ解説では、試合の流れや選手の調子を説明するときに非常に使いやすい表現です。
They put them like out of their rhythm. They put them like out of their rhythm.
いかがでしたか？フランスの圧倒的とも言えるようなタレント集団を、スペインの組織力が埋まったような構図の試合だったということでしょう。もちろんスペインにも圧倒的なタレントがいるのも間違いないですが、このフランスには、それをも上回るタレントが揃っていたと、誰もが分かっていたでしょうし、その優勝候補ナンバーワンだったフランスを圧倒したスペインが、そのスペインらしいテクニックを生かしたフットボールと、組織的にも戦えるチーム力が、このトップオブトップのチーム同士の戦いでも、明暗を分けたものになったのでしょう。個人的には、常に日本代表と比べながら見てしまいますが、やはり圧倒的な個が違いを見せないといけない場面も少なくなく、そういうワールドクラスの選手がまだ多くないのも間違いないでしょうし、その圧倒的な個を、それに対抗できるタレントと組織力があれば、完全に封じ込めることもできるということにも感じますし、その個がレベルアップした先の日本には、チームとして戦える組織力がすでに備わっているとも思いますので、まだまだ上に行ける可能性を感じずにはいられません。もうワールドカップも最終局面ですが、残りの3試合も楽しみたいと思います。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。